we're just waiting for Joe to come out. I literally scrapped all of the footage from earlier because screw that, it looked like ass, and yeah, so I didn't upload it today. I don't know why I usually actually start doing most of my recording at night, probably because I forgot to do it during the day. I'm very low energy at the moment. This is so... This is very distressing. Just de-stressing? Stress relieving. This is what this is. This is stress relieving. My brain capacity is literally at 0 right now. I feel like I'm very, very low energy. A lot of that probably has to do with the fact I literally did not get up until like 9:30 this morning, which for normal people sounds normal, but I'm not normal. Ow. Hey, word of the wise, Melody? Shut off your freaking fan next time. You might get more product on your face. Just saying. I usually get up at like freaking 5 a.m. because I am certifiably insane. So I'm gonna try to regain some brain power, and I'll get back with you guys here in a minute. All right, listen, I know I won't be able to sleep if I do this, but I'm gonna go make a tea because I am literally dying. But if I drink a coffee this late at night, I will not be sleeping until literally like tomorrow morning, and we don't want that. Okay. I'm better now. Now, here's some big fat tea. I want to move. Haha, just kidding. Everybody who's already here pretty much already knew that. If you are on my channel and you didn't know that, well, maybe this is the first time on my channel that I've mentioned it. I want to move. I'm ready to move. So yeah, let me just tell you, living in Missouri is expensive, which is like so weird because everybody says how Missouri is so cheap. When I lived in Bettendorf, it was cheaper for us to live in Bettendorf, Iowa. Now, it is only more expensive to live in Missouri if you are like at that age where you're like 18 to 25 and you're not really necessarily established yet, but like you're not necessarily like broke yet, but like you're not living off of your parents anymore, but like, you know what I mean? Before anybody in my area tries to come after me on this and say it's cap, actually it's not, because for the 9 days I stayed up in Bettendorf, Iowa, I only spent $964 for 9 days. Now, that was us eating out 3 times a day every day. We don't eat out 3 times a day every day. So of course that expense would be cheaper if we actually lived up there. And then I spent for the month of October in bills. Now, mind you, I was $60 ahead on one bill, $36.06 ahead on another bill, and then I was like 40 some odd dollars ahead on another one. I spent $1,987.64 on utilities. That's not including what I was already ahead on. So I spent just over $2,000. Anyway, the average daily for what I spent in Bettendorf versus Missouri breaks down to be a little more for Bettendorf, but then again, like I said, I was eating out 3 times a day, every day, and we were eating expensive food. It wasn't like we were eating cheap food. We were eating expensive food. Like we were not, we were sparing no expense. Because like, I mean, obviously like for my parents, And for like his parents, they were both established before they moved down here. So like whatever. But like I used to live in Scott County, Iowa, and Scott County, Iowa's like sales tax right now is only like 7%. You know what it is in my small town? Like 8.835. So yeah, I just want to move, preferably like Iowa. Like I want to go near my hometown. Like I don't want to live in hometown anymore, but like I want to live near hometown. Or to make a long story short, in my opinion, anything's better than Missouri. I don't want to hold myself back because I realize I have so much potential. It's just where I am located right now. I really don't have much room to grow, and like I don't think I can afford to like stay here for the next 10 years, not grow just to get another opportunity to grow. Like I'm young type thing, and so like I want to be able to like do things, and I want to be able to grow. I don't want to have to like wait 10 years before I can actually like do something with life, do what I want with life. Like I want to be able to go somewhere where I can do it now, you know? And I don't know, that's just like a big thing for me right now. But like YouTube brings me joy, and it like makes me forget for a little bit. Like even though sometimes like I'm super stressed out and like my brain is not working when I turn on the camera to film, like even if my brain is not like that when I first turn on the camera, like it ends up like this, where I end up just talking and talking and talking, and I'm gonna have to cut out like 30 minutes worth of footage. Fun fact, I'm editing this right now and I've already cut out 30 minutes worth of footage, and we're at this point. And currently, even with everything I've already cut out, this video is still 30 minutes long. So let's see where we get, because this would originally would have been an hour and 27 minutes long. So let's see where we can get with this. Okay, I'm going back through and re-editing right now to make sure that everything actually like looks good and the audio all sounds good and everything's still like all lined up. It is 3 a.m. I am extremely exhausted. And this video is currently sitting at 20 minutes long, and it's probably gonna have to stay at 20 minutes long, so because I end up talking for like an hour straight. YouTube just brings me joy. And yeah, but anyway, like the place I'm at in life right now is just, I'm in a good place, but at the same time, like I'm not in a great place. Like, am I happy with my relationship? Absolutely. Do I have a stable home? Yes. Do I have 3 meals every day? I could, but that's irrelevant. That's beyond the point. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my body. I have clothes on my back. Like, I have all these things, which are just basic human necessities. And then like, I'm happy in the relationship I'm in right now. It's just, I'm not exactly happy where I am. I love doing my job. Okay, I love working in a library. I love working with kids. I love working with all my coworkers. Like, I love what I do. It's just, it's one of those things I wish I could do it like full time. I'm rambling. Like, could I absolutely survive where I am right now? Yes. Am I going to be the happiest? No. And the thing is, I want to be like extremely happy in life. Like, I want to be able to venture out and do the things I want to do, while also being able to like hold down a steady job, because there are people my age who they don't want to hold down a steady job. I've been working my job for 8 years in 5 days. In 5 days, I will have been at my job for 8 years, and I absolutely love it. Like, I cannot rave about it enough. It's just, I would prefer to do it full time. I would love to do it full time. Like I said, I've been offered positions at other ones that I'm like, I don't want to be stuck in Missouri type thing. Like, I want to be able to move out of Missouri. It's just the biggest part of why I stay here is because my mom and dad are here, and I've become emotionally attached to my job. I mean, like, could I start over at another library? Yes, but it's gonna feel very not right for a little bit. You know what I mean? Hi, baby.
Hi.
Joe, you wanna come say hi? No? Okay, yeah, he's camera shy. Anyway. Could I live where I am in life right now? Absolutely. Do I want to? Absolutely not. And you know, when my little sister moved out of Missouri, it really got me thinking, because obviously, like, my little sister's younger than me. My little sister was 18. She's living her best life right now, and that girl is so much happier. Like, I didn't realize how much happier you could get moving out of a place of contentment. Our small town at the time, it was only like 17,000 people. So it was definitely a culture shock, that's for sure. At least 5 high schools, all the way down to everybody's in one high school. So culture shock for sure. Everybody talked a little bit different. The slang down here was different, which is weird because it was only a 180-mile difference. Slang was different. People's tastes and things completely different. Let me just say this. We moved here almost 9 years ago, and I still have not gotten used to, and sorry to everybody who lives in this town with me, but I have not gotten used to how tasteless everything is. Like, when I was living in the Quad City area, I was drinking unsweet tea because everything else was so tasteful. I didn't care what my tea tasted like. Now I'm drinking like sweet freaking tea with like peach and berries in it because to compensate. Like, in my opinion, this town is very tasteless. Okay, you've got to add seasonings to everything, and even that sometimes will not compensate. Here's what Tired Melody is getting from Jabberjaw Melody. Food is the #1 priority. Okay, good night. And when we lived in the Quad City area, everything is so flavorful that it was like, yeah, you wanted to eat, but it was one of those, like, you wanted to eat out, but it was one of those things that it was like, oh, eating out's a special occasion, but like, if we want to stop by like this place on the way home type thing to go get like tacos or Chinese or whatever, like, it was like, okay, cool, we can get that and we will enjoy it type thing. Like, down here, it is just, And the thing is the Quad City area, a lot of those places are known for really good Mexican or really good pizza. And down here, there's only one place in our small town and within like a 15-mile radius of our town that has good Mexican food, like actual Mexican food. And it is disappointing to say the least. So sorry to everybody who lives in this town with me, but like, it's just my opinion. Like, I grew up with very tasteful food, and so I think everything down here is tasteless. It's a small town. Nobody knows how to drive. Like, literally nobody knows how to drive. Again, sorry, no offense, but like, that's the tea. We're spilling the tea. And this very much feels negative, and I've never been so negative in my life, but like, you know, I'm just not exactly, I'm not happy where I am. And I keep clarifying, like, yes, I'm glad I have a roof over my head and food in my belly and clothes on my back, and like, I don't have to worry about like where my next meal is gonna come from, and I don't have to worry like if my bills aren't paid on time, I'm not gonna have to worry about like falling super behind because, like, you know, things happen type thing. But I don't have to worry about like my power being shut off or my water being shut off, which a lot of people don't get that. But it makes me, like, when I say I'm not happy where I am, it makes me feel like I'm, it makes me feel like I'm acting ungrateful. And like, I'm very grateful. It's just, I know I can change my situation, but I don't want to seem ungrateful for the situation I'm in. And also, like, if I were to move home, I know there are tons of opportunities, and like, I feel like I would be a lot happier up there. Like, I was always happier up there. And another thing is, like, I always go up there for my birthday anyway, and the whole week doesn't feel like long enough. Like, you know how you'll go on vacations and like, you'll be on them and you'll be having so much fun, and then come like day 6 or 7, you're like, okay, now I kind of want to go home type thing. And you know those vacations where it's like, you go and you're like, oh, this is vacation, but like the whole time you're like, I want to go home. See, the thing is every time I go back up there, Like, I am so excited to go back. Like, usually I leave like a day or two early for my birthday vacation. I'll spend the whole week up there, and I'm like, I don't want to go back to Missouri. I don't want to go back to Missouri, and I don't refer to Missouri as home. At the same time, it's like, you know, I know it's changed a lot. Do I really want to move back up there? Because being like a visitor and a tourist up there is different than living there. When I was younger, I always wanted to move down here, and the thing is it, like I said, it is so much different being like a visitor and a tourist than living here. Because now that I live down here, I'm like, wow, there's nothing to do down here. Like, it sucks down here. Like, there's really nothing to do. I hate it, type thing. Or like up there, like you have like several different museums. There's always like the skate park, there's the trampoline park. You know, you live in a big enough city that you're close enough to other cities where like concerts happen. Sometimes concerts happen there. You're close enough to an airport. You know, like if I want to book last minute plane tickets to go somewhere, there I'll have to drive 20 minutes to get to an airport to have a last minute trip. Here I have to drive 2 hours. The nearest big airport is in St. Louis, and that's a 2-hour drive for me. So I mean, why not go home? You know, it was where, but at the same time, like, that's where I was born. That's where I was raised for the first 14 years of my life. Like, maybe I'm just a little biased. Maybe I need like a different change of speed, like entirely. Or like I am a complete stranger to everybody. But at the same time, I've been gone from the Quad City area long enough that like a lot of the people who lived there when I lived there have either moved out because they've gone to college, or they've started families, or like they don't remember me because we weren't friends, or like, you know, we only crossed in a couple like middle school classes. Yeah, that's the tea. Wow, I rambled and ranted for a while, but 2 whole hours of content so far that I have edited through. I started editing at like 11:30, and it is 2:27 in the morning. I have been editing for 3 hours already. I've so far managed to get this down to 20 minutes. So 2:30 in the morning, we're down to 20 minutes. I need to have this up at 8 o'clock again. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Like, kind of needed to get that off my chest. That's been on my chest since my birthday, since October. That's been on my chest, and it is currently February 7th. It's February 7th. Also, since I've bought this house, I've become more established. Like, I have more furniture type thing, so there's more to move. And there's the, how are we going to get both of our cars up there in a U-Haul type thing. Like, obviously, like, we could pull one of our cars. Oh, we could always just attach one of our cars to the U-Haul. We could do that, huh? Ooh, yeah, and we could do that with his car, because his car is bigger, so we could just put a lot of things in his car and then just like drive. But anyway, wow, I solved that problem all by myself. Look at me, I'm good at this. That was a lot of unpacking I just did. Am I even gonna post this?